Morning, family, friends, followers. I want Dr. Jimmy Henderson again, Dr. Jimmy's Tips. I want to talk today about this idea of time speeding up as we get older, which I personally have experienced. Uh, First of all, we've got to understand that time is very subjective. It's formed in the mind, and it's perception. It's a perception of time. But this is influenced by a number of real factors. Let's have a look at this diagram first of all. The first thing is that it said that information processing is the key to our perception of time. In other words, the more information we're processing, the slower time seems to go because our mind has to spend time processing these experiences. So now how does this work? If you look at a young person, that would be their life experience, just that small piece, a child. And you can see it's very short, but they're experiencing a lot of new things. Sure, especially children, they're taking in, they're very active perception-wise, and they're taking in a lot of information. So therefore, the time spent on each of these experiences is going to make it feel long. They're going to have to absorb all these things. Where an older person, as you can see, as I had a whole life, experiences are behind them. And what we have here, they are busy with routine. As you get older, you form routines. And this routine will then result in less processing taking place for us. We don't have to use our mind so much, and therefore we don't have to spend time on these experiences, and therefore time just seems to shoot, and the days seem to blur into one another, especially if you're retired. I can assure you, if you retire, I don't know what day of the week it is, and what the time is sometimes, unless I look at the clock. So yes, I mean, because we have aged, also aging affects our ability to process information. The natural aging of the brain also has the same effect in that we don't process so many experiences. We tend to understand and overlook the things very quickly, and as a result, it happens very quickly, and therefore time seems to speed up. The last thing, of course, is that there are other chemical changes taking place in your brain, which is mainly dopamine. And as the dopamine decreases, it also affects our ability to process information. In other words, we're not processing it so as fast as we should. We're ignoring certain stuff. It's irrelevant to us now. And therefore, with this dopamine reduction, we process slower, and therefore time speeds up for us. So I hope that you understand and that you've accepted this as a natural part of life, and that if you want to improve your perception of time, you need to then live more mindfully or take on new experiences. And this is quite an exciting idea. In other words, if you experience new things every day, like traveling or going overseas if you've got the cash, you will then prolong your days. You will, in processing this new information, it'll be all exciting again, and you will then spend more time, and things should move slower. If you want to know more about life and how we're living in this world at the moment, how we process information, the factors that affect us in the world, have a look at my latest book, Understanding Reality, which is available on Amazon and Drafted Digital. I thank you. I hope you enjoyed this talk, and have a good new year. Thank you.